He wanted us off his property. Turns out, it's ours. We've lived in our house for about 8 years, in a small rural neighborhood up in the mountains of Arizona. Think 3 to 5 acre horse properties, dirt roads, and yards that double as storage for car parts, pig pens, and the occasional abandoned fridge. We moved here specifically because it was like that. Messy, relaxed, with neighbors who didn't care if you had a pile of scrap metal or half a tractor in your yard. It was a kind of unspoken agreement. We all had ugly yards, and we all minded our business. But things started changing a few years ago. Property values shot up, quadrupled since we moved in back in 2016. Suddenly, people from the city started moving in. The kind of people who care what yards look like. One of those people bought the lot next to ours about a year ago. He's from California. We should have known. His introduction to the neighborhood was calling the county on a bunch of us for our messy yards. He bragged about it to a few other neighbors, so we knew it was him. Whether he actually meant to report us or not, the inspectors came to all our properties thanks to his little crusade. Not long after, he decided he had a problem with our property line. We had put a single fence post up years ago, kind of a rough marker, not based on a survey or anything. We parked a couple cars near it, and maybe, just maybe, the tip of one of our cars was touching his property. This guy was livid, threatened to have our car towed, screamed at us in our front yard while leaning against our no trespassing sign. Keep in mind, this man doesn't even live on this lot. He bought it as an income property, along with a small cabin a few houses down. So, fine. We paid for an actual land survey. Turns out our humble fence post was 20 feet inside our property. Not only was our car not on his land, but a good chunk of his lot was actually ours. We caught him on camera later, staring at the survey markers, looking utterly defeated. Haven't seen much of him since. There are rumors he might have given up and left the neighborhood altogether. To top it off, our neighbors on the other side of his lot, who run a small pig farm and also have what can best be described as a chaotic yard, had such a bad experience with him that she got a restraining order. He also found out that a shed she built over 15 years ago is technically on his land. Now they're heading to court, and Arizona's adverse possession laws are very much in her favor. As for us, we're currently building the ugliest fence possible right on the newly surveyed property line. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Love crazy stories? Smash that like and follow. There's plenty more where that came from.